The ceasefire between the US and Iran has collapsed. The military operations has begun and the world is on the edge again. What if this war is not really about Iran? What if the real battle is between the global superpowers? This is just not a conflict. Let's look at this hidden global power game part by part. Part 1. Peace talks collapse. After 21 hours of intense negotiations, the talks between the United States and Iran has failed completely. US Vice President JD Vance confirmed that we are leaving the Pakistan without a deal. What could be the core issue? The US demanded that Iran should permanently stop the nuclear development, but Iran refused. Instead, Iran said we will not compromise on our national interests. And just like that, the peace talks collapsed. Part 2. The real clash. This wasn't just a disagreement. This was a collision of red lines. Iran demanded the removal of sanctions from the US and they want to release their frozen assets. They demanded the control over the Strait of Hormuz and right to enrich uranium. The US under Donald Trump rejects key points. Iran should be no nuclear capability in the future, no strategic control over Hormuz. Because once Iran becomes a nuclear capable, it changes the balance of power forever in the Middle East. Part 3. The naval blockade threat. After the failure, US President Donald Trump hinted with a drastic step, that is, a naval blockade for Iran. That means cutting off Iran's oil exports, strangling its economy from the blockade, and increasing pressure globally. That could be implemented as countries like India and China could face more energy shocks and oil prices could skyrocket. This is economic warfare without firing a bullet. The part 4. Why this is global. The Middle East controls the huge portion of global oil. If conflict escalates, the supply chain collapses, price surge worldwide, and inflation hits every economy in the world. And if Strait of Hormuz is blocked, nearly 20% of the global oil supply is at risk. So this is just not a regional war, it's a global chaos. Part 5. The explosive claim. Now here comes the hidden layer. The former US National Security Advisor Michael Flynn made a shocking claim. If Chinese weapons are reaching Iran through Pakistan, it could be considered as an act of war. This changes everything because this is no longer just an US versus Iran war. Part 6. Pakistan, a mediator or a fall guy. Pakistan presents itself as a mediator, but at the same time, it is been accused of playing a hidden role. So the big question, can a mediator also be the part of the system? Some analysts believe Pakistan is just a fall guy in a bigger game. Part 7. The hidden route. Strategic theories point to Gwadar Port and CPEC, China-Pakistan Economic Corridor. These connect China to Arabian Sea. From there, access toward Iran is possible. But they raise one critical question: how Iran is sustaining advanced military power under these huge sanctions from US? Part 8. The technology factor. Modern war is just not in weapons. It includes the satellite intelligence, the AI targeting, and the precision strikes. Now, ask yourself, does Iran alone have this level of capability, or is there a silent technological backing? Part 9. The real war. This may actually be the China versus the United States, the proxy style conflict. What could be the strategy of China? China wants to keep the US engaged in a Middle East war and drain its resources and shift the global power balance. We have seen the same similar patterns in the Russia-Ukraine war. In geopolitics, peace is often just a war in disguise, because this is just not a war, this is a global power game. So these are my thoughts on how the peace talks collapsed and how the war will create and pressure globally and how China is supporting silently. If you want more raw, unfiltered geopolitical analysis, please do watch, share and subscribe to Unfiltered Stories. What are your thoughts on this analysis? Please let me know on the comment section. Jai Hind.